What is up, everybody? My name is Sean Cacaro, and you're watching a brand new live stream here on the Pinstripes and Pile Drivers podcast, where today I'll be running solo as we watch together the spring breakout game for the New York Yankees in the 2025 season. Big one on tap as the Yankees take on their AL East rivals, the Baltimore Orioles, tonight at Ed Smith Stadium in Sarasota, Florida. So for those who may not know what the spring breakout is it's a game. It's something new that MLB started last year and arguably one of the best decisions they have made in a long time, where essentially you just get the top 20 to 30 prospects from every team to face off against each other. Each team plays at least one game. Some teams I saw snuck in a second game here and there, but the Yankees have their spring breakout game tonight where we're going to see plenty of their top stars going up against the Orioles' top stars. And as I mentioned, lots of big names on tap as this one is nationally televised on MLB Network. So lots of eyes on this one. I always say it's one of the biggest games of the spring. Now, it does not go towards the Yankees or Orioles record for the record, but still lots to watch for, still lots to play for both these teams. As like I said, all these young guys getting a chance to show what they can do. They get their own spotlight as the Yankees will be sending out, like I said, so many top stars from their system. I can't wait. Same thing with the Orioles. So lots to look forward to. Now, who can we expect to see tonight? Well, we do know that Carlos LaGrange will be starting for the Yankees prospects. He doesn't have a lot of experience, however, as he has only pitched 3 seasons in the lowest levels of the minors. He's never gotten past Hudson Valley yet, so that's, those who don't know, that is the A-ball team for the Yankee system. He will be starting. Some guys to watch in this one, obviously Spencer Jones. Right now he is the closest amongst the starting nine that has a chance to be playing with the New York Yankees sooner rather than later. Other big names you can look forward to seeing: George Lombard Jr. will be over at short. The young 19-year-old phenom will will be the leadoff hitter tonight. We'll get to see what he can do. He's also had a fairly solid spring. He's got some fairly decent numbers down in the lowest levels of the minors. He is only 19, so I can't imagine we would be seeing him anytime soon, obviously, in the big leagues, but he has definitely shown me a thing or two, a little more than a thing or two so far this spring. Now, this isn't the Yankees' first game today. They actually did play a game earlier today against the Tampa Bay Rays, which ended in a 7-7 tie. Yankees went into that game with a 7-4 lead in the bottom of the ninth. The pitching kind of struggled and collapsed towards the end, but some solid numbers today from Jason Dominguez in earlier's game as he went 2 for 4 with a triple. He had 2 RBIs and a run scored. Orioles also played earlier today as they got blown out in Bradenton by the Pittsburgh Pirates, a young and up and coming team, as well as just like the Orioles. But nonetheless, it's been an interesting day. It's been an interesting weekend with the spring breakout. Just 4 games remaining in the breakout. This one will be taking center stage tonight. Like I said, this game is being nationally televised, so take that however you will, with the Yankees taking on the Orioles. Now, it's interesting that this year the Yankees and the Orioles decided to meet up, knowing that these are two teams that know each other very well. And obviously, even in the minor leagues, these two organizations see each other a lot. So definitely would expect some of these guys to aim for some scouting reports for the upcoming season. So you look at Carlos LaGrange's number. He has a 6.86 ERA over 21 innings, 27 strikeouts to 20 walks, and he has a 1.62 WHIP. So we will get to see him on the mound. Like I said, very raw talent that doesn't have a lot of experience. So we hope to Yeah, we hope to see him improve upon that tonight. Now, here's how the starting lineup is going to shake up for the New York Yankees. It'll be leading off in shortstop, George Lombard Jr., batting second, the center fielder Spencer Jones, batting third, the catcher Rafael Flores, batting cleanup, the third baseman Jesus Rodriguez, batting fifth, the second baseman Roderick Arias, batting sixth, the first baseman, last night's game-tying hero TJ Rumfield. If you missed it, he had a game-tying two-run home run against the Philadelphia Phillies in the bottom of the ninth, eventually leading up to a walk-off win. Batting next would be Brennan Jones in right field. He's batting seventh. Batting eighth, the left fielder Brandon Maya, and batting ninth, the DH Engels Urania. I apologize if I butchered that. So Yankees on the road, as I mentioned, they have never lost the spring breakouts. The first pitch is in there for a strike, count 0-1. Yankees won their breakout game last year against the Toronto Blue Jays. Correction, that first pitch was a ball to George Lombard Jr. The 1-0 is upstairs. Count 2-0. Keeler Morph is the pitcher for the Orioles. Pitched in rookie ball in single A, had an 0-2 record, but a 2.76 ERA in 11 starts. Next pitch is up and in, count 3-0 on the young phenom George Lombard Jr. Lombard Jr. in A and A plus hit 231 with 5 home runs and 45 ribbies last season. Pitches in there for a strike. Count is now 3-1 on Lombard Jr. The 3-1 on Lombard, just in there for a strike. Looked a little low, but no ABS challenge here. Count 3-2. Like I said, this game does not count towards the spring record, but if you are curious, the Yankees are 10-9. The Orioles are 9-11 this spring. 3-2 count on Lombard. Pop foul into the crowd. Count remains 3-2. As I mentioned earlier, Yankees tied with the Rays. First of 2 straight games against them. They'll be playing the Rays tomorrow in a split squad matchup. The other team will be playing at home. We will be streaming for that. The 3-2. Cut on a missed strike 3 as George Lombard Jr. goes down swinging for out number 1. Lombard Jr. not happy about that, of course, shaking his head going back to the dugout. Just overpowered him on the fastball there. So coming up to bat now will be Spencer Jones, and he has had a solid spring up to this point. I've been very happy with how he has done and wonder how much closer he is to being big league ready as that's up and away, count 1-0. My expectations for him this year, I think the only way you see him in the bigs is, that's upstairs 2-0, is as a September call-up. Last year in Somerset hit 259, 17 home runs, 78 RBIs, and a 788 OPS. My hope is to at least see him have a solid season with the Rail Riders as Spencer Jones gets hit in the elbow and he will take first. Not how he wanted his first at-bat to go. Seems that way with a lot of guys during spring training. They take a walk or a hit by pitch and they don't want to they don't want to take first. They're like, they want to get their at-bats in. But it is a long spring training, though we are only 12 days away from opening day in the Bronx when the Yankees take on the Milwaukee Brewers. So up to bat now is Rafael Flores. He is the catcher. If you're wondering, he is not a part of the backup catcher's race, as that is in there for a strike, count 0-1. Flores in A-ball and Double-A played 122 games, hit 279, 21 home runs, 68 RBIs, and an 874 OPS. The 0-1 inside, count 1-1. So it'll be a 1-1, 1 on, 1 out. Yankees and Orioles in the second edition of the spring breakout. It'll be a 1-1 to Flores. Pitch is hit in the left center. That's going to be a base hit. A nice single there for Rafael Flores. And you got runners on first and second now with one away as Jesus Rodriguez will come up to hit for the Yankees. Turned on that one and just drilled it in the left field. So solid start for the Yankees offense so far, with Rodriguez coming up playing third base today. Ooh, excuse me. Pitches upstairs, ball one to Rodriguez. Runners on first and second. Rodriguez last year hit .302 with 10 home runs and 47 RBIs and an .856 OPS. As that is grounded up the middle and threw for a base hit. This one could score a run, fielded by the center fielder. No throw, and a run will score, and the Yankees jump out in front. It is 1-0 over the Baltimore Orioles. Just a weak single up the middle. The shortstop for Baltimore could not get to it. And just like that, the Yankees have taken a 1-0 lead here in the spring breakout. So runners still on first and second with only one out. Morph has already thrown 15 pitches this inning, as Roderick Arias will come up to bat for the Yankees. Arias, a left-handed hitter. Morph sets and deals the first pitch of the at-bat. Is up and away, and this one gets away from the catcher, and both runners are going to advance on the wild pitch. And just like that, the Yankees now have two runners in scoring position with only one out in the inning. That eliminates the immediate possibility of a double play. So definitely not the start that Morph was looking for, as the pitching coach will come out for the Baltimore Orioles. So an interesting start for the Yankees up to this point, with Arias up at the plate. This is the one and only meeting between these two teams this spring. Obviously, as I mentioned, does not count towards the spring records. So this will be an unofficial meeting between the Yankees and Orioles. They won't meet again until the regular season. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's the end of April. The Yankees will be down in Baltimore. So we're just less than 2 weeks away from opening day. It'll be a 1-0 to Arias. Morph sets and deals. Up and away, count 2-0. You are wondering, the ABS system will be used in this game as well. Arias last year hit .233 with 13 home runs, 74 RBIs, and an OPS of .728. Did that with the Tampa Tarpons. The 2-0. Cut on a miss, count 2-1. Noticing, looking at some of these rosters, not just from this game, but from some of the other games too, a lot of the lower level minor leaguers making their way into these games. That is swung on a miss, count 2-2. Seeing that here so far with the Yankee lineup minus Spencer Jones, reached the highest level of the minors from the starting lineup, playing in Somerset, New Jersey for the Patriots. And the pitch is low, count 3-2. I want to remind you guys, tomorrow will be our next live stream when Vincent Massacol returns, and we may be on with the Big Blue and the Bronx crew for the Yankees split squad, as that will be a walk for Arias, and the bases are loaded here in the top of the first. Yankees will be taking on the Pirates at home. 1:05 first pitch. And the Yankees will be on the road for the second straight day against the Rays tomorrow, also First pitch set for, I believe, 105 as well. Yep, 105. Clark Schmidt will be on the mound for the home game, and LeBrant will be on the mound in the away game. Right now, this is the only game going on in the Grapefruit League for the moment. Here's the pitch. In for a strike. Hitting now is TJ Rumfield. Hit 294 between AA and AAA, so I stand corrected. Hit 15 home runs, 73 RBIs, and an 824 OPS with the Somerset Patriots and the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. He was a hero last night as he hit a game-tying home run against the Phillies in the bottom of the ninth, eventually leading to a walk-off infield single. There'll be a 1-1 count. Time is called, or they call a pitch clock violation? Looks like time was just called. It'll be a 1-1 to the first baseman Rumfield. Inside. You hope he becomes, with first base right now, obviously will be temporarily run by Paul Goldschmidt, and unsure of where Ben Rice will fit in the lineup. Rumfield definitely has the potential to be the future first baseman for the Yankees. That's low and away. Count 3-1. Morph having a hard time finding the strike zone. Like I said before, had solid season in AA and AAA. He's impressed me. The 3-1 fouled off. Count 3-2 with the bases loaded. So Yankees holding on to a 1-0 lead. They're in the top of the first with the bases loaded. Morph has already thrown 26 pitches. Now, rule is, as time is called, in spring training, you can pull the starting pitcher and put him back in the following inning. A rule that I'm not particularly in favor of, but the games don't count, so it is what it is. 3-2 pitch to Rumfield. Upstairs, ball 4, and that will walk in a run, and it will be 2-0 Yankees. So right now the Yankees showing good discipline as Morph struggles to find the strike zone. Sounds like, now I have the volume low for the MLB Network broadcast. As Brennan Jones comes up, hit 267, 3 home runs, 19 ribbies. Sounds like the Orioles do already have somebody up in the pen. Now, Brennan Jones today, he's playing out in right field. 1-0 to Jones is in there for a strike, count 1-1. Jones not on the top 30 prospects list, but has done a solid job at impressing the Yankees this spring. The 1-1 fouled away. Count 1-2. Feels like the first time Morph has been ahead. Brennan Jones, 22 years old, 5'10", 180 pounds. He's from Nashville, Tennessee. It'll be a 1-2. Just outside, count 2-2. That was the 31st pitch of the inning. He's probably not going to have a super long leash. It is only spring training. I know this is a big game for all these kids, but got to think about their health too at the same time with opening day right around the corner. That has popped up in the shallow left on to make the catch for out number 2. Not deep enough for a sac fly, so nice job by Morph to get the second out there. So coming up to bat now will be Brandon Maya, something like that, out in left field for the Yankees. As time is called, it looks like the Orioles are going to make a pitching change, as they will. So it remains 2-2 with the bases loaded as they go to a commercial break. It'll be Levy Wells replacing Keeler Morph. So we'll wait to see now. Morph's numbers obviously won't be finalized till the end of the inning unless they put him back in. But nonetheless, a solid start. Now, the other thing I'm not sure of with tonight's game is how long it'll be. I know some games have been 7 innings, some have been 9. Last year was only when the breakout first started, they only had the games go 7 innings. This year, some games going to 9 innings, but I noticed the games where teams are hosting double headers, as in one big league game, one breakout game, have only gone 7. So both these teams did play today, but the Orioles were on the road in Bradenton. So we'll wait and see. Hoping it goes 9. You can't complain about more baseball. Can't complain about more baseball. But if you're a Yankee fan, I know Yankee fans looking to erase the memory of today's tie earlier today between the Yankees and the Rays. Yankees went into that game went into the bottom of the ninth with a 7-4 lead, could not hold on, resulting in a tie. I actually thought the Rays were gonna come back and win that one. So Levy Wells, the new pitcher. In high A last year, he had 21 starts. He had a record of 0-9 with a 6.71 ERA and 60 and a third, 74 strikeouts to 30 walks, and a whip of 1.64. So a tough year last year in high A ball for the young Orioles prospect. Looking for a bounce back here against Maya. We're going to pronounce it Maya. First pitch is low and away, count 1-0. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the first. Yankees lead this one 2-0. It'll be a 1-0 outside. Count 2-0. Mayo last year hit 281, no home runs, 9 RBIs in rookie ball, played in 35 games. And that is pop foul. Count 2-1. Yes, there is still a rookie ball, so to speak. Yankees have 2 levels there. The Florida Complex League, which they usually play on the backfields of Steinbrenner Field, and the Dominican Summer League, which is his own thing and it's spectacular in itself. I've seen pictures of the facilities. I really wish we could have a way to watch those, but obviously there is not. Count 2-2. Just one of those things you have to be there to see. Now, I actually wonder, with the Rays moving to Steinbrenner Field, it means the Tarpons, Yankees low A ball affiliate, will be playing on the backfield. Where will the Florida Complex team play? As strike 3, Maya goes down swinging to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Excuse me. The Yankees with a 2-0 lead, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the bases left loaded. I promise I'm not sick. I just ate dinner. So, a little scratchy throat. So, as I mentioned, Carlos LaGrange will be the pitcher for the Yankees in this one. Another top prospect, obviously. Trying to pull up his numbers, but nonetheless, see what he can do tonight. I have not seen him in a big league game this spring, or if I have it, or if he has played, I haven't seen it. But I do have his numbers right here. I gotta find it. I'm pretty sure I saved it. There it is. My Google Docs would not refresh. Not sure why. Last year, LaGrange went 2-2 with a 4.49 ERA in 37 games throughout his minor league career. So we'll get to see what he can do tonight. Obviously, bit of a high ERA there, but we'll hope to improve upon that this year. So here's how the Orioles starting lineup looks. Leading off playing left field will be Enrique Bradfield Jr., batting second, the catcher Samuel Basallo, batting third, the DH Dylan Beavers, batting cleanup Vance Honeycutt, he is playing center field, batting fifth, the first baseman Ethan Anderson, batting sixth, the right fielder Jude Fabian, batting seventh, the shortstop Griff O'Ferrall, batting eighth, the second baseman Aaron Estrada, and batting ninth, the third baseman Max Wagner. Two very young and hungry teams. Yankees now need more depth than ever with the injuries to Garrett Cole and Giancarlo Stanton, along with a few others, including Luis Gil. So, the Yankees will be watching this one closely. So LaGrange continues to take his warm-ups. The first pitch is cut on and missed. Count 0-1. Tall player. Last year, he went 0-1 with a 6.86 ERA in 21 innings, as I read that to you earlier, as a bunt attempt, which is fouled away. So count 0-2 on, lost his name, on Bradfield Jr. He averages 96 to 98 on his fastball. He's got a bit of an extension on his delivery. The 0-2, up and away, count 1-2. If you are wondering, yes, I am getting a lot of my stats from MLB Network. I did some of the research, but unfortunately I still had to work, so got what I could. But the 1-2, up and in and out of the glove of the Yankee catcher tonight. That being Rafael Flores. Bradfield Jr. last year hit .272, 4 home runs, 35 RBIs, and a .729 OPS in 108 games, reaching as high as AA Bowie. As that is lined in the left center, that's going to be a base hit cut off by Spencer Jones, and he will fire this one back in at second. The runner will hold at first. The Orioles getting into the hit column early, as Basallo will come up and hit. He is the catcher for the Orioles. Obviously had a long first inning behind the plate. So LaGrange will step back to the mound. Basallo up to hit, left-handed hitter. LaGrange deal, he pickoff attempt gets away from the first baseman, Rumfield, and the runner is going to advance to second, and he's going all the way to third as this one went all the way into right field by the tarp. Unacceptable mistake there. It looked like more of a bad throw than it was on TJ Rumfield. Now, this kid has speed, Bradfield, but a mistake that cannot be made. Yeah, he threw it right into him, essentially, right off what looked like his foot. Mistake LaGrange cannot make. And the pitch to Basallo. That one gets away from the catcher. Play at the plate. Not in time. A wild pitch leads to a run, and the Baltimore Orioles are on the board. It is 2-1 Yankees. Baltimore cutting the lead in half. Bradfield Jr. showing off the speed. My goodness, what a play! What a whole sequence for Bradfield Jr. Just takes two bases on the failed pickoff attempt, and then on a wild pitch, scores with almost ease. It looks like. Basallo fouls off, count 1-2. So clean start here. Still no one out, but nobody on the pitch. That is a high fly ball in the deep right. This one is carrying, but not deep enough. Catch is made for out number 1. According to the MLB Network broadcast. Wind is blowing out to left, so definitely did not get all of it. So up to bat now for the Orioles is Beavers, the DH. Count now 0-1 on Beavers. Nice crowd on hand for this spring breakout on what looks to be a sunny day down in Sarasota. Ground ball to shortstop, fires to first for out number 2. So that'll bring up to the plate Honeycutt for the Baltimore Orioles. Vance Honeycutt hit .318 last year, 28 home runs, 70 RBIs at the University of North Carolina with the Tar Heels. So a big spot here for him. Count 0-1 as that was in for a strike. 0-1 pitch. Low. Somehow, Grange did not like the call but did not challenge it. The 1-1 pitch is a high fly ball on the right. This should end the inning. And indeed it does. At the end of 1, Yankees still holding on to a 2-1 lead despite the early mistakes there. Engleth Urania will be the leadoff hitter for the Yankees. It'll be maybe 9-1-2 already. Yeah, 9-1-2 will be coming up. So we'll see Urania, Lombard Jr., and Spencer Jones. So interesting start. One thing I noticed from watching a couple of these breakout games yesterday is the offenses have shined more so than the pitching staffs up to this point. Like I said, still a couple games left to go in the breakout. Got one more today. The Rangers are taking on the Giants at 8:05. And then tomorrow, you'll have the Tigers taking on the Braves and the Mets taking on the Nationals in their spring breakout. I think actually the Mets are playing the Nationals right now. Yes, they are. Scoreless going to the third. That's a regular spring training game. But one thing about this breakout, a lot of games today. A lot of games this whole weekend. That's also even including out in Japan, the Dodgers and the Cubs were playing a couple of Japanese teams. I saw the Dodgers won this morning 5-1. That game started at 6 a.m. I didn't see it. I was at work already. But I know that was happening. I know last night the Cubs played the Hanshin Tigers. So Engleth Urania coming up to bat now for the New York Yankees. A right-handed hitter. That is cut on and missed there. Wells still pitching after coming in for Wharf, so his day is done. In rookie ball, Urania hit .301, 8 home runs, 31 RBIs. That's low and away, count 1-1. It'll be a 1-1 to Urania. That's outside, count 2-1. Yankees and Orioles playing their second game of the day. Yankees tied with the Rays earlier. Orioles blown out by the Pirates 15-5. We will see the Yankees taking on the Pirates tomorrow at 1:05. You could see our stream right here starting at 1 Eastern. We'll be reacting to both games, even though the Yankees-Rays game will not be televised. We'll still keep you updated on it anyway. 12 days left in the spring. That is it. or excuse me, 12 days left until opening day. And that is a ground ball to third, off the third baseman. That's going to ricochet out into left. That's going to be a single for Urania. I don't see how they can call that an error. That was a hard hit baseball. Hit to third. And that's going to be a single. So that'll bring up George Lombard Jr. So watching the replay. Hard ground. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so it was off the third base bag. That's why it ricocheted in the left. I thought it might have hit the third baseman. As Lombard hits one to deep center, but not deep enough. As Honeycutt makes the catch for out number one, as that will bring up Spencer Jones. Jones got a couple of dingers this spring. Wouldn't mind seeing another one right here, if I'm going to be honest with you. Yankees up 2-1 in the top of the second as Spencer Jones steps up to the plate. He was sent down to minor league camp a couple days ago as the Yankees trim down their roster little by little. Pitch is low, count 1-0. Mentioned there's the breakout, the split squad tomorrow. Yankees have an interesting week. They'll be on the road Monday at Toronto. All right, Dunedin taking on Toronto. The 1-0 on Spencer Jones, up and away. Tuesday, we get to see the first game of the rivalry when the Red Sox take on the Yankees on what will also technically be opening day when the Dodgers take on the Cubs at 6:10. And then the Yankees have another split squad Wednesday. Pickoff attempt, no good. Yankees will be at Clearwater taking on the Phillies and then home against the Braves Wednesday night, 6:35. Then the Yankees take on these Orioles again at 6:05, so I lied there. They'll take on the Orioles as that one hits Jones again. Oh my goodness, 2 times he has been hit by the pitch. He cannot be happy about this. He showed out in the spring breakout last year, and he has not gotten an opportunity to actually swing that bat tonight. Thankfully, it looked like just grazed the elbow pad. Not by they ruled a hit by pitch. It was very close. But nonetheless, runners are on first and second with 1 out. As the pitch to Flores is chopped foul out of play. Flores is 1-for-1 with a single. Played in Hudson Valley and Somerset last year. Expect him to more than likely be in AAA this year. Full house in Sarasota. They show the crowd for this little future preview of what this rivalry could look like in a couple years. Count 1-1 on Flores. It'll be a 1-1 to Flores. That is low. Count 2-1. A warm, sunny day in Florida. I wish I could say the same. Here in Pennsylvania, it's very foggy, cold, and it might rain. I'm sure it's doing this similar. I'm sure it's similar weather in New York too. As a ball count 3-1. 3-1 pitch to Flores is hitting the air to right and deep. This one is going to be caught in front of the track for out number 2. Looks like the runners will hold. I feel they had a hard time with that one, struggling with the shadows. So 2 outs in the inning with runners on first and second. Coming up to bat now is Rodriguez. The pitch is hit foul to the first base dugout. Wells definitely looking a little better than Morph did. Morph could not find the strike zone in his start. Only going 2/3 of an inning, giving up 2 runs. The 0-1 runner goes, fires to third, not in time. Nice. Now they changed the call to an out. Oh no! Wow, they called him safe at first, safe at third. Then the umpire changed his call. Oh, replay would be amazing right now, but obviously they don't do it in the minor league parks. They show the replay. Oh, he's safe. Oh, I see. Okay, so the reason they changed the call is when he popped back up to his feet, he jumped a little bit. And okay, so actually that's a good call there by the umpires. When he was in the air, he still had the glove on the runner, and that is why they called him out. So, stolen base, unsuccessful. He was successful until he wasn't. So, bottom of the second, Yankees strand a runner, but still hold on to a 2-1 lead. So, as of now, tomorrow will be the last spring training game that we will live stream. Don't know if we have any other opportunities the rest of spring. I'm going to be going away next weekend, going to go see some friends in New York. So we will not be streaming games next weekend, but that could always change. There's still a couple. There is still a chance we might be able to sneak in a game. We'll have to wait and see. Wait and see how it plays out. If not, we will be having plenty of more streams this season, obviously, with opening day right around the corner. Obviously, if you didn't see, it was announced Carlos Rodon will be the opening day starter. Not crazy about the decision. I would have rather seen Fried get the nod, but obviously, these guys were already on a set schedule with Cole going down. That obviously changed plans a little bit, but nonetheless, LaGrange coming back out to pitch for the second inning. And the first pitch is fouled off by Ethan Anderson, a 288 hitter in just 19 games for the Orioles. He's their number 18 prospect. And time is called, focusing on something out in the outfield seats. Oh, a frisbee has escaped and found its way to center field. That caused that mini delay. 0-1 pitch outside, count 1-1. Gotta love the spring atmospheres. Looks like it's always a fun experience. It'll be a 1-1. That pitch is fouled, count 1-2. So once again, they show the caught stealing. Still hard to say for sure if he got both feet off the bag when he popped back up to the air like that. Pitch upstairs, count 2-2. But if there was replay, I'm sure the Yankees would have checked it anyway. 2-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That is strike 3 for out number 1. So up to bat now will be the right fielder, Fabian, for the Baltimore Orioles. Shadows creeping in Ed Smith Stadium as that's inside, count 1-0. Looks like for the most part the infield is completely shaded until about the shortstop side. 1-0 pitch, cut on a miss, count 1-1. Jude Fabian hit .215 last year between Bowie and Norfolk, which is the Orioles AA and AAA team. That's in there for a strike, count 1-2. Grange off to a pretty solid start, minus the base runner that he put on in the first inning. He's got 2 strikeouts already. That's low, count 2-2. Definitely doing a good job of keeping that pitch count low. Just 22 pitches through an inning and a third. The pitch caught on a missed strike 3. So LaGrange off to a solid start. I think better than people would have expected based off of his numbers last season and overall, really. So 2 outs in the inning. That pitch is fouled off as Griff O'Farrell comes up to the plate for the Baltimore Orioles. Excuse me. The 0-1 upstairs, count 1-1. Thank you for person viewing for tuning in on a beautiful Saturday night. 1-1 pitch inside, count 2-1. It'll be a 2-1. That is a ground ball to the shortstop. Lombard Jr. fires to first, and that will end the inning. So LaGrange, 2 solid innings to start as the Yankees lead 2-1 going to the top of the third in Sarasota. So it's been an interesting spring for the Yankees. Obviously, not in exactly a good way. Lots of injuries have hurt the Yankees in more ways than one. Like I said, Garrett Cole out for the year, had successful Tommy John surgery on Thursday. As of today, Giancarlo Stanton will be out at least 10 weeks. I just hope we can see him this year. When you hear that it's possibly career ending, that's obviously something you don't want to see. We'll wait to see what happens there with Stanton. Luis Gil obviously going to be out for a decent amount of time. Excuse me. But nonetheless, the games will be played anyway. The Yankees opening up against the Brewers on Thursday, March 27th. Will be Carlos Rodon taking on Freddie Peralta for the Milwaukee Brewers. The Yankees, they have an interesting start to the schedule. They open up with a 6-game homestand. They get the Brewers for 3 and then the D-backs for 3 before hitting the road to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Looking forward to that. I'll be in attendance for that one. So back at Sarasota, they're highlighting what George Lombard Jr. can do. He was a 2023 26th overall pick with a $3.3 million signing bonus. Imagine at 19 years old, you're making $3.3 million. He's the son of the Tigers bench coach, George Lombard Sr., or just Lombard as he goes by. As they're interviewing Lombard Jr., new pitcher is Patrick Riley for the Baltimore Orioles. And the first pitch is fouled off. Up to bat now is Jesus Rodriguez. Got up in the last inning, but obviously with the caught stealing, left at the plate, so he comes up this inning. It'll be an 0-1 pitch that's low and away. Count 1-1. So it'll be a 1-1. That is a ground ball to the shortstop. O'Farrell fires to first for out number 1. That will bring up Roderick Arias. With 1 away. In the top of the third, Yankees holding on to a 2-1 lead. Busy weekend for the Yankees. 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow. They obviously had the night game last night, defeating the Phillies. Here's the pitch upstairs. One thing I do like just from watching the MLB Network broadcast is not really much talk in the way of what the major league teams are doing. Obviously, I know the Yankees were talking about the backup catcher's position, but mostly focusing on the prospects, which I think is well deserved when you consider this is their moment, this is their spotlight. Obviously, spring training, you see these guys anyway, but they don't really get this kind of spotlight. So again, it's just one of the many reasons I love this breakout. That's in for a strike count 1-2, and I honestly wish I I love the start. I love how I love the breakout itself. Just trying to think if there's more they can do with it. I mean, obviously they just do the one game. Each team gets at least one game. Is there more they could do with it? Oh, I'm sure. And I'm curious to see over the years how MLB will plan to grow upon the spring breakout. As that is strike 3 with 2 down, bringing up TJ Rumfield. And the one thing that's interesting is these guys that you're watching, a lot of them have been in camp since January. The minor league camps obviously reporting much earlier than the big leaguers. Obviously trying to develop into future stars. Count 0-1. Definitely going to see during the season. I try to sneak in a couple of live streams focusing on just some of these minor league games. So it'll be an 0-1 to TJ Rumfield, the first baseman. That is low. Count 1-1. Like I said earlier, he's got some solid numbers through the minor leagues. Definitely has a real shot to be the future first baseman for the Yankees. Just right now, spot being occupied by Goldschmidt. If he stays healthy, more than likely backing him up will be Ben Rice. Rumfield swings and misses, count 1-2. Will be a 1-2 pitch to TJ Rumfield. Caught looking, strike 3. Got him looking at a pitch at the knees, and that will end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the third with the Yankees still on top 2-1. They go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the third. So again, reminder, tomorrow, 1 o'clock, me and Vinny Massical will be live for the split squad games as the Yankees will host the Pittsburgh Pirates at home and will take on the Tampa Bay Rays on the road. Both games starting 1:05. We will be live at 1 o'clock. We do have the pitching matchups for tomorrow in the Yankees Pirates game. It will be Clark Schmidt taking the mound against Carson Fulmer. Schmidt's obviously had a rough spring. He'll be looking to bounce back. And then in the Yankees Rays game, we'll see a prospect pitching for the Yankees. It'll be Brandon LeBrant, if I pronounced that right. I believe I did. And going for the Rays will be Joe Boyle. Yankees playing 2 straight days over in Port Charlotte. Yankees will look to split that little mini series, if that's what you want to call it. So we will be live for both of them. The only thing that's going to be, like I said, the only thing that will be a little disappointing is the Rays game will not be televised, but we will be tracking it anyway. You'll still get live reactions to those games. So we wait to see now if LaGrange is going to get a third inning of work. He's looked solid. He only gave up the 1 hit and the 1 run. We'll wait to see if he can if they'll let him go out for a third inning. Yankees brought a lot of pitchers to Sarasota for this one, as that is in their first strike, and it is indeed LaGrange. Aaron Estrada hitting for the Orioles, 286 hitter in 117 games last season. So it will be a 1-1 pitch from LaGrange. That is swung on and missed or fouled off. Could not tell. Either way, 1-2. LaGrange deals the 1-2. Fouled away. Count remains 1-2. LaGrange sets and deals again the 1-2. Grounded to the second baseman, fires to first for out number 1. And LaGrange definitely earning his spot to come out in this third inning. He's only thrown 32 pitches up to this point, so he's definitely done a solid job at keeping the pitch count down and still getting outs. And his first pitch is low and away, count 1-0. Hitting now is Max Wagner, reached as high as Bowie, but only played 25 games last year in the minors. That one is off of Flores, count 1-1. LaGrange sets and deals the 1-1 pitch to Wagner. Ball is low, count 2-1. So if you are wondering, looking at the roster again, obviously, as I mentioned, Yankees brought a lot of pitchers. We'll wait to see if we see them. Only one lefty, that being Kyle Carr. Everybody else are right-handed hitters. But the other interesting to note is they got only 3 infielders. Probably why they got Jesus Rodriguez at third today. 2-2 pitch, pop foul. Infield now completely shaded at Ed Smith Stadium. The dugout's still lit up a little bit. So it'll be a 2-2 pitch from LaGrange, as that is a pop fly in the infield. Lombard Jr. calling everyone off. Makes the catch. 2 away. Lombard Jr. solid so far. We now see coming to the plate the leadoff hitter for the Baltimore Orioles, the man who went from first to third on a bad throw, on a pickoff attempt, that being, of course, Bradfield Jr., and then eventually scored on a wild pitch. But he is 1 for 1. He hit 272 last year, 4 home runs, 35 ribbies between high A and double A, as that is a high fly ball. Shallow left. Once again, Lombard calling everybody off. Makes the catch. We end the inning. So going to the bottom of the third, Yankees still holding on to top of the fourth, Yankees holding on to a 2-1 lead. We're already a third of the way through this one. Whew. So 2 up for the Yankees. We'll see Brendan Jones. It'll be bottom of the order. Brendan Jones, Brandon Maya, and Engulf Urania. I am doing my best with the names. I do promise that. But a lot of young guys in this one. Definitely turned into more of a pitcher's duel than I think some of us may have expected after the way this one started. Just 2-1 in this AL East matchup. Obviously, Yankees and Orioles are currently the favorites for the American League East this year, though the Yankees' the odds significantly dropped when Garrett Cole went down. So the AL East obviously will be looking to capitalize on that, especially the Baltimore Orioles, who suffered a detrimental sweep last year in the American League Wild Card Series. Yankees obviously came just short of a World Series after a lot of costly defensive plays and decision makings that me and Vinny have debated on a lot. But Yankees looking to pull off a miracle. Not a miracle. Okay, maybe I'll rephrase. Maybe not a miracle, but Yankees are going to look to prove a lot of people wrong. First pitch 1-0 on Brendan Jones. Riley still pitching. Cut on a miss 1-1. Jones flew out earlier in this one. He's a 12th round pick in last year's draft. The 1-1 is outside 2-1. So Patrick Riley in high A and double A, 6-5, 3.47 ERA in 119 and a third innings pitched is as inside count 3-1. Looks solid last inning, got a 1-2-3 inning. Right now, struggling a little bit to find the zone, but it is a 3-1 count, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 4. And just like that, Brendan Jones will reach on the walk. This ain't no pitcher you can overlook. One of those kids that can get as high as 100 miles an hour with his fastball. So coming up to bat now will be Maya. Runner on first, nobody out, as that is fouled away. Count 0-1. First matchup of the spring between these two teams, despite it not really counting towards the record. We'll meet again Thursday in this very same ballpark at 6:05. 0-1 pitch. Broken bat, pop fly into foul territory, and will one-hop the screen. At bat, completely sawed in half. My goodness. They're definitely going to be picking up those pieces for a minute or so. They show in the replay. Half the bat goes flying. So Maya gets a new bat, steps up to the plate. 0-for-1 with a strikeout. I mentioned played 35 games in rookie ball. He's the Yankees' number 29 prospect, according to MLB.com. The 0-2, outside 1-2. So this is his first televised professional game, if you will, because obviously rookie ball, they do not show those games, although I do hear that they are. I don't know about the Dominican Academy, but I do know that the Florida Complex League, those are free games to attend. Pickoff attempt not in time. We do know Jones can run. I think that's something the Orioles are very aware of. There'll be a 1-2 pitch. That is pop foul. Into about the third row, watching the fans scramble for it. So it'll be a 1-2 count on Maya. 1-2 pitches up and away. Stolen base attempt. Throw not in time. Brendan Jones stands on second with nobody out. Now the Yankees have a runner in scoring position looking to extend their 2-1 lead. Got an amazing jump as they show the replay. Thought about going to third. The ball did get past the man covering second, but did not get far in the center. The 2-2 pitch. Pop fly in the right center. Honeycutt calling everybody off. Makes the catch. Jones on his way to third. No, he bluffs. So 1 out in the inning, as that will bring up Urania. One out, 1 on in this one. Riley sets and deals. The first pitch, up and in. Count 1-0. Urania 1 for 1 with a single. Hit .301 in rookie ball, 8 home runs, 31 RBIs. The 1-0. Up and in. Did it get him? No, it did not. Count 2-0. Riley's starting to lose his command a little bit in this one. It'll be a 2-0 pitch. Inside again, 3-0. Every pitch, up and in. Runner in scoring position. Yankees trying to extend their lead. It will be a 3-0 pitch. Riley sets and deals. Up and in again, ball 4. Definitely could not have been definitely had to be an uncomfortable at bat with 4 straight pitches up and in, but nonetheless, he gets on first anyway. So the Yankees now have runners on first and second with 1 out, as that will bring up George Lombard Jr. Lombard Jr. already getting his 3rd at bat in this one. There's the pitch in there for a strike. Count 0-1. Lombard Jr. in this one is 0 for 2. Strikeout and a fly out. He is the number 2 prospect in the Yankees system, according to MLB.com, as that is a high fly ball deep center. This one is carrying back on the track. A catch is made by Honeycutt for out number 2. Just got under it. Did not get enough of it to get that one out of the ballpark. Obviously, you see from the palm trees, it is a windy day down in Sarasota. So 2 outs. Jones advanced to third. Insurance run stands 90 feet away. Coming up to bat now will be Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones has been hit by the pitch twice. Looking to finally get a chance to do something here. Count 1-0. He is the number 3 prospect in the Yankees organization, according to MLB.com, as he pops this one up, got underneath it by a lot, out as this one is hit out to left. Catch is made, and that will end the inning. So the Yankees strand 2, going to the bottom of the 4th. They still have a 2-1 lead. Definitely not the most ideal start for the offense, especially for Spencer Jones and George Lombard Jr. Jones, of course, not really getting a true shot tonight, although he did score. Not really getting much of a chance after being hit twice. So we'll see how long they keep these guys in. I'm just wondering, you look at the roster setup. I don't think we'll see the mass substitutions that we normally see in a spring training game. Just because, well, again, the Yankees only brought 3 infielders, so I'm pretty sure this is our infield for tonight. Outfield, only a handful of reserves, not too many there. So I have a feeling for the most part this will be treat it as more of a regular season game in terms of who plays, who doesn't. We'll just now have to wait and see if LaGrange comes out for a fourth inning. He's been solid so far, 3 innings. He's got 2 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 run, no walks. So he's definitely impressed a lot of people tonight. So there's one thing about this game. A lot of Vanderbilt alumni. Spencer Jones, obviously one of them. 2 right-handed pitchers from the Yankees, Bryce Cunningham and Grayson Carter, both on the roster. From the Orioles, Enrique Bradfield Jr. and Patrick Riley, also members of Vanderbilt. So come from a winning background in college baseball. First pitch outside, 1-0. It is LaGrange, still out there, going up against Samuel Basallo. He's 0 for 1 so far with a fly out. That's outside. Count 2-0. Bradfield Jr. last inning had a nice cool handshake little moment there, as that is a high fly ball on the right into the sun. Spencer Jones makes the catch. A lot of the outfield still in sunlight. Shadows don't play as much of an effect as they would in, say, Camden Yards or Yankee Stadium. But that second deck still causing some issues, creating some shadows there, as you would expect. But 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. LaGrange deals outside. Count 1-0. Beavers up to hit the 1-0. Cut on and missed on the pitch in the dirt. Count 1-1. Dylan Beavers 0 for 1. He grounded out. He is the Orioles' number 6 prospect. This is all per MLB.com. That is cut on and miss 1-2. Only 46 pitches for LaGrange, with 3 1/3 already. He's already thrown 3 1/3. That's what I'm trying to say. 1-2 pitch from LaGrange. He deals up and away. Count 2-2. So it'll be a 1-2 from LaGrange. He deals. 2-2, as that is a pop fly into a shaded left field. Catch is made for out number 2. We're in bottom of the 4th, as I mentioned. 2 outs in the inning. Carlos LaGrange looking for 4 solid innings of work. Don't know how much longer he has in this game, but for the time being, enjoy it while you can, because he has looked solid. First pitch there, up and in. So Vance Honeycutt up the bat. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out. He is the number 5 Orioles prospect. Right-handed hitter. LaGrange deals in there for a strike. Count 1-1. So it'll be a 1-1. That is a high fly ball in the deep left field. This one is carrying. Spencer Jones tracking it down. He cannot get to it, and it's going to be a ground rule double. No, this one stays in the park. He's already at third. He's got a triple. He's going home. Here's the throw. Cut off by LaGrange. And inside the park, home run for Vance Honeycutt. And this game is tied. Spencer Jones could not track it down. Honeycutt showing off the wheels. The wind is blowing out to left. Definitely had something to do with that. At first, I thought it bounced out of bounds over the wall. Obviously, it did not. What speed from Honeycutt. This Orioles team has shown the speed tonight, and that is what's gotten them back into this, all knotted up at 2. Spencer Jones, the announcer, said it best. Spencer Jones did not have a chance. That's cut on and missed for strike number 1 on Ethan Anderson. I got to say, the Orioles have definitely impressed so far. That is cut on and missed 0-2. Definitely going to be a breakout moment in the spring breakout. 0-2 pitch, LaGrange deals. Chopped on the second base side of the bag. Lombard fields it and gets the out to end the inning. But an inside the park Little League home run for Vance Honeycutt ties this game at 2. We go to the top of the 5th, all knotted up. But all in all, 2 mistakes by LaGrange. That is it. Unfortunately, those 2 mistakes have come back and bit him tonight. But I would not let the 2 runs overshadow what he has done. We'll see a pitching change for the Orioles. It'll be Luis De Leon pitching, replacing Patrick Riley. Well, I got a moment. No, it's only spring training, but we'll do a little out-of-town scoreboard. Couple of games going right now, but first we'll talk about what happened earlier today. The Twins that's right now. The Yankees and the Rays tied 7 apiece in their matchup down in Port Charlotte. They'll meet again tomorrow in a split squad game. Early this morning, the Dodgers defeated the Yomi Giants 5-1 out in Tokyo in exhibition play as they get ramped up towards opening day Tuesday morning, 6 a.m. first pitch. In the Twins Blue Jays spring breakout game, the Blue Jays won, shutting out the Twins 10-0. The Miami Marlins fell to the Houston Astros 6-4 in West Palm Beach. The Baltimore Orioles fell to the Pittsburgh Pirates 15-5. Big game for the Pirates as Paul Skeens was announced to be the starting pitcher for opening day. The Toronto Blue Jays fell to the St. Louis Cardinals 9-5 down in Jupiter, Florida. The Phillies and Tigers tied today at 2 apiece over in Clearwater. The Braves defeated the Red Sox 7-3. In Cactus League action, the Royals defeated the Reds 13-7. Up to bat now, Rafael Flores, that's outside. The Guardians defeated the Kansas City Royals 7-5. The Mariners fell to the San Francisco Giants 6-2. The Rangers defeated the Oakland A's, the A's, 4-3, as Flores grounds out for the first out. White Sox defeated the Rockies 2-1. I'm sure that's going to be a World Series preview at some point. The Padres defeat the Seattle Mariners 8-3. The Milwaukee Brewers defeated the Los Angeles Angels 4-0. The Oakland A's did it twice. The Athletics fell to the Milwaukee Brewers 8-0. As that is a ground ball back to the pitcher. Leon fires for out number 2. Going on right now, try to make sure I didn't miss anything. Like I said, lots of games today. Going on right now in Cactus League action, top of the 8th, the Diamondbacks lead the White Sox 7-4. White Sox have 2 runners on with nobody out, so the tying run is at the plate in that one. New York Mets and Washington Nationals are tied at 1. That game is in the bottom of the 5th. The Minnesota Twins currently lead the Atlanta Braves 2-0. That game is in the top of the 5th. And we still have a few other games going on tonight. The San Francisco Giants will host the Texas Rangers as There's an 0-2 count on Roderick Arias. In their spring breakout game, first pitch set for 8:05. The 0-2 pitch is fouled off. The Los Angeles Angels will take on the Chicago Cubs in their spring breakout game at 9:05 Eastern Time tonight. And then capping off the day, the Los Angeles Dodgers will take on the Hanshin Tigers at 11 o'clock tonight in Japan. So if you're a night owl like I am, well, you got some baseball to watch tonight, including tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. when the Cubs take on the Yormi Tigers as Yankees go down 1-2-3. That's how many games there were. We went through an entire half inning just reading today's scores. But out of baseball, I don't know a single person that would complain about it. Still knotted up at 2. Tomorrow, obviously, as I mentioned, we will be live for the split squad. We'll be primarily reacting to Pirates Yankees, with that being the home game and that being on TV. But we will also be tracking the Yankees and the Rays, despite that game not being broadcasted. We will be live for both those games. Baltimore Orioles, they also have a split squad tomorrow. They'll be taking on the Tigers on the road, 1:05. They'll be home against the Philadelphia Phillies, also at 1:05. Winding down the days in spring, we're actually 8 days away from seeing games in big league ballparks again. Usually the traditional Freeway Series matchup at the end of spring will take place between the Angels and the Dodgers. It makes no sense. Dodgers are going to play opening 2 games in Japan, and then they come back and play more exhibitions. Never made sense to me, but, Freeway Series, obviously, big deal over in Southern California, so I get it. Obviously, our Yankees no strangers to stuff like that. If you remember, before we had the Subway Series, we had the Mayor's Trophy game. I'm sure my old school Yankee fans that I know will definitely love to tell stories about that. New pitcher Ben Hess for the Yankees pitched out of Alabama last year. 15 starts, 5-5 with a 5.80 ERA and 68 and a third. 106 strikeouts to 35 walks. That's a good strikeout to walk ratio, but definitely would like to bring that ERA down. Playing for the Crimson Tide last year. So solid start for LaGrange, minus the 2 mistakes that he made. Get his final numbers up here. Up to bat now is Jude Fabian. He's 0 for 1. LaGrange tonight, 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. No walks, 2 strikeouts, to give up a home run. That's a ground out, 1 away. Obviously, the home run being the Little League home run, a inside the park home run from Honeycutt. 1 away. That was a nice play there at third base by Jesus Rodriguez, rocking the beard. The new rules this year, Yankees can have well-trimmed facial hair. No, you cannot look like Brandon Marsh or the 2010 Red Sox, as Griff O'Farrell comes up to bat. 0 for 1 in this one. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, fielded by Lombard Jr., fires to first. And there's out number 2. 4 pitches, 2 outs. Pretty solid start for Ben Hess. Not sure how long we'll see him go. Obviously, I think they want to get in as many pitchers as they can in this one. So Hess, with 2 down in the inning, deals. In there for a strike count, 0-1. Batting now is Aaron Estrada. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out. Been a pitcher's duel pretty much up to this point, with 2 hits for the Orioles, 3 for the Yankees. That's fouled off, count 0-2. Lights are on at Ed Smith Stadium. Sun continues to set. It's set here. Well, obviously, it's set a while ago, but Still a little more light down in Florida than it is where I am. And that is a strike three. Caught looking. Nice inning there from Ben Hess to end the inning. We go to the sixth. Still tied at 2. So due up next inning will be TJ Rumfield, Brendan Jones, and Brando Maya. Something like that. Looks like he didn't. His first name would essentially Brando. That's interesting. He's missing the N. He is not Brandon. I honestly, when I read it, I thought it was a typo, but I've seen that from 3 different sources, that being Instagram and MLB Game Day. So 2 actually, but Brando Maya will be coming up to hit as the Yankees look to try to jump out in front. I'd like to see a little more out of some of the bigger names. Jones not really getting a true shot, just the one out he made, but otherwise he was hit by the pitch the other 2 at bats. New pitcher will be Nestor German or Herman. I'm going to assume Herman just because of Domingo, but Nestor Herman is coming to pitch for the Baltimore Orioles in the top of the 6th. Like I said, not entirely sure if this game is going to go 7 or 9. My belief is they're going to go 9, but we'll have to wait and see. So up to bat now will be TJ Rumfield. In tonight's game, he is 0 for 1 with a walk, a strikeout, and an RBI up to this point. They show a beautiful sunset down in bright, sunny Sarasota, Florida. Lights are on. So it looks like a beautiful Saturday down in Florida. Just not that much further away from our own weather like that. There'll be a nice big league stadiums and or minor league stadiums, whichever you decide to go to. We'll be doing a little bit of both. Got, as of now, 2 Yankee games scheduled to be at. Or at least 2 matchups will be in Pittsburgh for Yankees Pirates. Pirates home opening weekend, and we'll be hoping to go to Phillies Yankees later this year. So here's a pitch to Rumfield as he fouls that one out of play on the left side. Count 0-1. Herman deals the 0-1 pitch. It's a long set and deals. Outside, count 1-1. Pitching staffs for the most part pretty solid tonight on both sides. I think the only disappointment had to be coming from the Baltimore Orioles side. Their starter only going 2/3 of an inning, could not find the strike zone. 1-1 pitch is outside. 2-1. Updating that D-backs White Sox game. I mentioned that the White Sox had a chance to tie the game. They've gone ahead and taken the lead 8-7. That game's in the bottom of the 9th. 2-1 pitch on Rumfield. That ball is drilled to right field. This one is going back at the wall. Making the catch is Fabian. A leaping catch into the wall. Rumfield thought he had a home run. The wind said otherwise. Orioles showing out in their breakout game, not only on the base pads, but in the outfield. What a beautiful play to track this one down. Obviously, much, much harder to catch fly balls at these smaller facilities. Obviously, no upper decks, but these players obviously got to be used to that by now, playing in the minor league stadiums. That's going away, count 1-0 on Brendan Jones. Jones was a 12th round pick last year in the draft by the Yankees. 0 for 1 with a walk, as that's in there for a strike, count 1-1. Was caught stealing earlier. 1-1 pitch to Brendan Jones. Deals outside. 2-1. So it'll be a 2-1 pitch to Brendan Jones. As lined up the middle, that'll be a base hit. Brendan Jones gets on for the second time tonight. That will bring up Brando Maya. Well, the Yankees have the go-ahead run standing on first. So 1 on, 1 out as Maya comes to the plate. On deck, Urania. And the first pitch to Maya eventually. Lets the clock go all the way down to 1. Deals in there for a strike. Count is 0-1. Maya 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. It'll be an 0-1. Here's the pitch. As a high fly ball on the left. This one is carrying back at the track, at the wall, and caught. Just at the track. Looked like the wind was going to carry that one out. Obviously did not. Wind is now blowing from right to left, it looks like. It's been a key topic of conversation in this one. So coming up the bat now is Urania. Runner on first, 2 outs. Not Rumfield. Jones represents the go-ahead run. Pickoff attempt, not in time. Windy day down in Florida. It's one of those type of days where the American flag is sticking straight out as they're showing. As that pitch is cut on a miss, count 0-1. That may have to do with that bad weather we'll be seeing. Engels, Urania, 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. A 1 pitch cut on a missed. Count 0-2. Herman, a strike away from getting out of trouble. Yankees trying to go ahead here. Starting to get late in this one. In the middle innings still, top 6. It'll be an 0-2 pitch to Urania. Herman deals. Caught looking, strike 3. Low in the zone, they get him. And that will end the inning. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Still all knotted up at 2 apiece. Definitely, this has to be. I'm going to double check right now. This has to be the lowest scoring game we've had so far. Obviously, a lot can still change. As the Yankees will make a substitution, Cole Gabrielson will replace Brando Maya out in left field. Maya's final numbers tonight, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. So not an ideal night, but I have plenty to learn from. We go through the last 2 weeks of spring training. Oof. So reminder once again, see it on the bottom ticker. We'll be live again tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. We'll be covering the split squad for the Yankees. They take on the Pirates at home and the Rays on the road. Of course, we'll also have our wrestling videos up sometime Monday. The road to WrestleMania has definitely been getting interesting as of late. See more title changes on Friday. As the international shows have officially begun. So they are back in Sarasota. Hess still out there. Only threw 6 pitches last inning. So here's the pitch, cut on and missed. I'm sorry, that was 7 pitches last inning. Bradfield Jr. up to the plate. He scored one of the Orioles' 2 runs. It'll be an 0-1. Chop foul. Count 0-2. Oh, sorry, it's Max Wagner up to bat. Bradfield's next. It'll be an 0-2. Cut on a miss, strike 3. Blew him away with the like a fastball there. Count that is out number 1. And that will bring up Bradfield Jr. Enrique Bradfield Jr. obviously scored their first run of the game after a wild pickoff attempt and then eventually a wild pitch. Here's the pitch upstairs. Count 1-0. In the bottom of the 6th, there's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Count 2-0. And Hess Hardy has two strikeouts to his credit. It'll be a 2-0 pitch. Hess deals. Just missed. Count 3-0. I'm starting to question if they actually are going to use the ABS system. We've seen it in some of the other breakout games, but nobody has used it tonight. 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 3-1. But again, as I mentioned, this game not counting towards any spring records. As there'll be a 3-1 count on the Orioles number 3 prospect. That is popped up on the left field side over the third base dugout. Count now full at 3-2. Sorry about that. Count 3-2. Hess sets and deals the pitch. Ground ball off of Hess. Hess picks it up, flips to first. No, he won't. He loses control of the ball, falls out of his hand. And once again, Bradfield Jr. reaches thanks to his speed. That's the beauty of when you hustle like that. When you hustle, infielders are always told, oh, you have more time than you think. You have more time than you think. Well, when you hustle, they'll always question that. And you see it right there once again. So runner off first, 1 out. That is the go-ahead run for the Orioles as the pitching coach will come out and have a chat with Hess. I think they just want to check on him after that ball did bounce off the back of his leg. But it looks to be okay as he will stay out there. It looks like they're going to let him. They want him to throw a pitch, see how he feels. Don't want to take any chances during the spring. Obviously, the season right around the corner. Minor league opening day is only 2 weeks away. I believe it's actually. I think if I remember correctly, it's the day after Major League Opening Day. I'll fact check that. So Hess will stay in. Says he is okay. A runner on first, one out. Go ahead run. Stands on first. All knotted up at 2. Has pickoff attempt not in time. Obviously, they're going to be much more careful with Bradfield. So opening day is Friday, March 28th. You're wondering, the Yankees will AAA team the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Rider. As the runner goes, Flores cannot hold on to it. Therefore, it is a stolen base or a catcher's indifference. Opening night in the minor leagues, it'll be the Rail Riders taking on the Iron Pigs at 6:05. Little Pennsylvania rivalry will be taking place there between the Yankees and Phillies AAA affiliates. It looks like it's just AAA that'll be opening that night. Looks like AA and High A are going to open up the following week. Yes, AA baseball will open up Friday, April 4th. Somerset Patriots are going to open up in Hartford, Connecticut, 7:10 against the Rockies AA team. Imagine that's going to be a cold day. High A ball, make sure. Okay, all right. In High A ball is Basalo, has a 2-0 count on him. The Hudson Valley Renegades, will they be playing? I do not see them. Yes, they will be opening up at home 7:05 against Jersey Shore. I believe is, if I remember correct. Yeah, if I remember correctly, that is the Phillies High A ball team. 2-1 pitch fouled off. And then in low A, the Tampa Tarpons will open up at 6:30 against Lakeland, which is the Tigers team. Says that will be at the Yankees complex. Have to wait and see there. So minor league baseball is almost here. Like I said, we might try to sneak in a minor league game or two on here, whether it's a rehab assignment or just chilling or watching baseball. 2-2 pitch. Bradfield goes again. That is a ground ball to second. Fires the first for the out. Bradfield will now stand on third. Go ahead run for the Orioles is 90 feet away. You see Arias was mindful of Bradfield, took a peek at home first before throwing to first. So the Orioles looking to take the lead here in the middle innings. Hess deals. Fouled off. Beavers up to hit. Two down in the inning. Yankees looking to keep this tied ball game and send this one to the 7th. As that is ground ball and past the diving Roderick Arias, and the Baltimore Orioles take the lead on an RBI single. And the Yankees, and the Orioles have their first lead of the night. They have come back with 3 unanswered to give them a 3-2 lead. Bradfield has been killing the Yankees tonight. He's got 2 of their 3 runs. So stolen base attempt, not in time. Beavers steals second. The base running has put the Yankees to shame tonight. Lots of stolen bases, taking advantage of wild pitches. It'll be an 0-1. Orioles have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Hess deals. In there for a strike, count 0-2. Has to strike away from getting out of the inning. with only limited damage done. It'll be an 0-2. Steals, chop foul. As it is officially completely dark down in Sarasota at Smith Stadium, the home of the Baltimore Orioles spring training facility. It's Honeycutt 1 for 2. He had an inside the park home run in the fourth to tie the game. The 0-2 just missed, count 1 and 2. Not by much. Beaver stands on second. Base hit here would likely make this a 4-2 game with the way the Orioles' speed has factored here in this one. 1-2 pitch, just outside. Forrest tried to frame it, did not work to his advantage there. The count is 2-2. Hess sets, one strike away from getting out of the inning. Hess deals. Upstairs, count now 3-2. Starting to lose his command a little bit. Unsure if there's anybody up in the pen, but for right now, this is Hess's inning to lose. It'll be a 3-2. Hess steps off. Hess sets and deals again. Runner on second, the 3-2. 2 outs, fouls this one off. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Hess up 30 pitches. Not ideal, especially this close of a game. Orioles have now taken the lead. Yankees looking to keep it a 1-run deficit. So once again, runner on second, 2 outs, 3-2 pitch. Up and in, that's ball 4. And will advance on the walk. Runners on first and second now as Honeycutt reaches, and that bringing up Anderson here with 2 away. And we'll get another visit from the pitching coach. "31 pitches up to this point. So you have to wonder how much longer will his leash be. Obviously, plenty of pitchers on the roster for the spring breakout, so I don't think they should be very shy about using them. So once again, Orioles up 3-2 here in the spring breakout, the second year of the spring breakout. A very successful decision in my eyes. Certainly something I've become a fan of, as there is action in the bullpen. A right-handed pitcher warming up for the Yankees. So Anderson steps up to the plate. Hess looking to get out of trouble. There's the pitch. In for a strike count, 0-1. Good start to the at-bat. Orioles have a runner in scoring position. 2 are on Ethan Anderson. The pitch to the first baseman. Check swing. They say he went. Does not like the call. Nonetheless, 0-2 on Ethan Anderson. The first baseman and a catcher. More of a line drive hitter from the right side, so he is a switch hitter. Hess sets and deals a strike away from getting out of trouble. The pitch. Check swing. He went. Strike 3. That ends the inning, but not before the Baltimore Orioles take a 3-2 lead. We go to the top of the 7th with Baltimore on top. As of now, sounds like this is going to be a 9-inning game. As of now, I could be wrong. Like I said, last year the breakouts would only go 7. But I noticed that games where they're not doing double headers at the ballpark, those have been going 9. So as of now, I'm going to assume we're playing 9. So a lot of games this week, but an out-of-town scoreboard. Earlier this morning, if you were up at 6 a.m., probably got a chance to see the Dodgers defeated the Yormi Giants out in Tokyo, Japan, in their first exhibition out in Tokyo. 5-1. Shohei Ohtani hit a home run in that one. In the Twins Blue Jays breakout game, Blue Jays defeated the Twins 10-0. Yankees and Rays finished in a 7-7 tie. Yankees will look to even that series out in the little 2-game set they'll be playing in Port Charlotte tomorrow. Astros defeat the Marlins 6-4, if I didn't mention already. Pirates defeated the Orioles 15-5. Blue Jays fell to the St. Louis Cardinals 9-5. Tigers Phillies ended in a 2-2 tie. Braves and Red Sox finished to a 7-3 Braves victory. In the Cactus League, Royals defeat the Reds 13-7. Guardians defeat the Royals 7-5. Giants defeat the Mariners 6-2. Rangers defeat the Athletics 4-3. White Sox defeat the Rockies 2-1. The Padres defeated the Mariners 8-3. And the Diamondbacks complete their comeback, defeating the White Sox 9-8. Brewers defeat the Angels 4-0. Brewers defeat the Athletics 8-0, so 2 shutout wins for the Brewers as we officially start the top of the 7th inning. Currently going on right now. The Twins lead the Braves 2-0. That game is in the top of the 7th. Mets trail the Nationals 4-1. That game is in the bottom of the 6th down in West Palm Beach. Coming up shortly at 8:05, the Rangers will take on the Giants in their breakout game at 8:05, so about 12 minutes from now. The Angels and Cubs play their breakout game at 9:05. And if you're a night owl, you're in luck. 11 o'clock tonight, the Hanshin Tigers will host the Los Angeles Dodgers as your spring training scoreboard. New pitcher on the mound for the Baltimore Orioles. 3-1 pitches in for ball 4. That is a walk, and Lombard Jr. reaches. The new pitcher for the Orioles. We got some defensive changes too. Going through these real quick. Joshua Lorenzo replaces Max Wagner at third. DJ Layton replaces Aaron Estrada at second. Leandro Arias replaces Griffo Farrell in the shortstop position. Miguel Rodriguez replaces first baseman Ethan Anderson. Austin Overn replaces Vance Honeycutt in center field. A solid night for Honeycutt. Creed Williams replaces catcher Samuel Basallo. And Thomas Sosa replaces left fielder Enrique Bradfield Jr. I'll explain why they're interviewing him now, as Spencer Jones is up to hit. And the pitcher's name, Chase Alsop. Forgot to get the scoreboard back up. How bad there. 0-2 count on Spencer Jones, outside, count 1-2. Orioles lead this one 3-2. It'll be a 1-2 pitch on Spencer Jones. That is fouled off. Count remains 1-2. So it looks like most of the Orioles stars from this one are done for the night. We'll see if the Yankees go with a similar approach. Like I said, a much smaller roster in terms of position players. Jones fouls that one off. Count 1-2. I'll try to keep you updated on as many Yankees substitutions as they come along. Yeah, Spencer Jones fouls this one off. This may be the last chance he gets to step up to the plate. So I'd like to see him do something here. Hasn't had many opportunities, 2 hit by pitches. So he's 0 for 1. 0-2 pitch, low and in. Count 2-2. Lefty bat up against the righty hitter. Excuse me. 1-2 pitch from Jones is popped up in the shallow left. And he can't find it. The left fielder, he cannot get it. The left fielder misses it. Spencer Jones is in at second, and the tying run is 90 feet away, and the go-ahead run is in scoring position. The winds have been causing problems. Sosa completely misjudged it as it went way over his head. That wind has been causing nothing but problems for these outfielders tonight. The wind strikes again to the Yankees' benefit. So, first pitch is in for a strike. Up to bat now is Rafael Flores. Pitch outside 1-1. Flores on the night is 1 for 3 with a run scored. Scored all the way back in the first when the Yankees took a 2-0 lead. They got the go-ahead run in scoring position. The pitch fouled back. Count now 1-2. So it'll be a 1-2 pitch. Rafael Flores, the catcher tonight, looking to put the Yankees in front. Here's the pitch. Chop foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. Once again, 2 on, nobody out. Just needs to get to the outfield. That would be enough to tie it. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Do it again at 1-2. So they just finished interviewing Enrique Bradfield Jr., who had a solid night tonight as Flores once again fouls this one back to the screen. And we'll do it again at 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Cut on a miss, strike 3 for out number 1. So that will bring up Jesus Rodriguez. 1 for 3 on the night. Once again, Yankees just need to get one into the outfield deep enough that it could tie it as one is popped foul out of play. We'll do it again. Count now 0-1. Rodriguez, as I mentioned, 1 for 3 with a single. Has an RBI. Solid numbers last year in Hudson Valley and Somerset. Looking to show what he can do tonight, as that is cut on a miss. Count 0-2. Count 0-2. One out in the inning. Go ahead run is in scoring position. The pitch. Weak grounder to short. No play at the plate. This will allow a run to score. And Lombard Jr. scores here, making it a 3-3 ball game. Once again, all tied up in Sarasota. They were playing in, but they didn't take any chances. But the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. Also deals. Popped up foul. Maybe? No, caught behind the plate to end the inning. It is stretch time down in Somerset. Try that again. Stretch time down in Sarasota. All tied at 7 as the Yankees tie it, but they do strand the go-ahead runner, at third base. So we just wait to see now who will come in to pitch. It'll be Eric Raiselman for the Yankees coming in to pitch. Not his first appearance this spring. We've seen him a couple times pitching with the big league club. Gonna get his shot here in the spring breakout. Reminder again, tomorrow, 1 o'clock, we'll be live with Vinny Massacol for the split squad. We'll be covering both Pirates Yankees and Yankees Rays. First pitches for both those games will be 1:05. We will be on at 1 o'clock, maybe even a little bit earlier. We'll have a lot to preview there going into those games. Of course, everything in Florida is always weather pending. You just never know down there. They are calling for rain down in Florida, so we will have to wait and see. You never know. You just never know with Florida, so we'll wait and see. Nonetheless, we'll be live either way, unless they call the games early. We'll figure out a alternative plan there. So, flashing back to last year's breakout game, showing what Spencer Jones was able to do against Toronto Blue Jays last year, a home game. Had a multi-home run game last year. Oh, Raiselman into pitch against Fabian. A few starters still remaining for the Baltimore Orioles. So we have a couple of defensive changes for the Yankees here, but real quick, Raiselman last year, 1-1 in 31 games, including one start with a 1.16 ERA and 38 2/3 between High A Hudson Valley and Double A Somerset. So solid numbers, 63 strikeouts and 19 walks. Good strikeout to walk ratio. So here is the defensive changes. We got a couple here. Edglin Perez replaces Rafael Flores at catcher. Garrett Martin replaces Brennan Jones in right field. Alexander Vargas remains in the game at second base. And Jackson Castillo replaces center fielder Spencer Jones. So Spencer Jones' night is done. 2-0 count on Fabian here. Raiselman, as we mentioned, solid numbers with 1.16 ERA through 38 games. 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike count, 2-1. Looked a little low. Nice framework there. Guy who has battled injuries. Yankees hoping he'll be a nice piece there. As that is somehow a ball. Just missed. Count 3-1. Spring training, yes. I'm going to complain about the umpires a little. I thought that was a strike. 3-1 pitch. Raiselman deals. Popped the fly. Out of play. Looks like a good portion of that crowd's still there. Been an interesting game up to this point. Still tied at 3. It'll be a 3-2 pitch. Raiselman deals. Popped up foul out of play. First time this spring the Yankees see their division rivals, the Baltimore Orioles. Obviously, two teams favored to win the division as Raiselman walks Fabian there. Orioles had another disappointing end to their year last year, as now they talk about all the Yankee injuries. Jake Cousins, Garrett Cole, Luis Hill, DJ LeMahieu, Jonathan Loaizaga, and Giancarlo Stanton. Also, Scott Efros hurt his hamstring after throwing one pitch back on February 25th. That's in there for a ball count, 1-0. So it's been a rough couple months for the Yankee fans. All these injuries, losing Juan Soto, losing the World Series. It's been rough for us, but there's still a little bit of hope. That's in there for ball count, 2-0. As Vinny said, it's still only spring training. Lots can still happen. We're only in March. Got a long season ahead of us, just 12 days away from opening day. 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. So it'll be a 3-0 count on Austin Overn. In their first strike. Raiselman having a little bit of a hard time finding the strike zone here, but gets a strike in there. Looking for a double play here. Go ahead run stands on first. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Count 3-2. So it'll be a 3-2 count. Runner on first, nobody out. Orioles looking to take the lead here. Yankees looking to keep it a tie game until the 8th. That pitch is fouled off. We'll do it again at 3-2. So Raiselman sets and deals. 3-2 pickoff attempt. Or not. Held on to the ball there. We wait again for the 3-2. Late in this one, bottom of the 7th. All knotted up at 3. Raiselman deals. High fly ball. Shallow left. And the catch is made by the left fielder for out number 1. Runner holds it first. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Ooh. Raiselman sets and deals the pitch. Up and away. Count 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Thomas Sosa up to bat. 230 hitter. 4 home runs, 20 ribbies in 93 games between A ball and high A. The pitch in there for a strike. Count 1-1. He's the Orioles' number 22 prospect, playing left field. One of the late substitutions. It'll be a 1-1. Cut on a miss. Runner goes second. Fires in time. Perez gets him stealing for out number 2. Finally, the Yankees get to the base runners here. Orioles have been killing them on the bases in the run game. Not this time. Beautiful throw there. Applies the tag to the shoulder. Very close play. Definitely would have, regular season situation, I would have definitely been checked, but not here. Play this old school. They'll count 1-0 on Sosa. Time called by the catcher. And granted. Raiselman, 1 out away from getting out of trouble here and sending this one to the 8th. All knotted up at 3. Sosa represents the go-ahead run for Baltimore. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Count still 3-2, excuse me. MLB Network is having scoreboard issues before. Three-two pitch. Inside. Ball 4. Raiselman's struggles with his command continue as the Orioles now have the go-ahead run on first base. So the pitching coach will come out and have a chat with Raiselman. Try to settle him down. Put 2 runners on, but the caught stealing obviously saved him here. So we have the mound meeting come to an end. Raiselman looks to get the final out. So at the bat now is Leandro Arias, 230 hitter, 5 home runs, 49 ribbies between rookie ball, A ball, and high A's. That is a line drive in the left field. That's going to be a base hit. Runners on first and second now. Arias gets a single in his first at bat. So now the go-ahead run in scoring position for the Baltimore Orioles here in the bottom of the 7th of the 2025 spring breakout. So coming up to bat now. Raiselman deals. Fouled off as Williams is up to bat. Creed Williams hit 243, 17 home runs, 65 RBIs between A ball and Double A. Played 98 games. He is the 12th overall prospect in the Orioles organization, as that is cut on a miscount. 0-2. Raiselman a strike away from getting out of trouble. Raiselman sets and deals. The 0-2 Thought he had strike three. Half the Yankees started walking towards the dugout. Not called. No ABS system in this one, so I'll go old school and live with the call here. The 1-2 pitch. Raiselman sets and deals. Low and in. Count 2-2. You can tell he's a little frustrated with the call there. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Raiselman sets and deals. Cut on a miss, strike three. He gets out of trouble, and that will end the inning. Hi, Luca. Yes, this game is on MLB Network. Yes, this game is on MLB Network. We're all knotted up at 3. They're going to the top of the 8th. Luca, how you doing tonight? Okay, cool. Yes, Luca will be joining me in a moment. Luca, check your. I don't know if I could do this. I think I could do this through the stream, even though I'm live. Check your email, and I will send it to you now. Okay, Luca, I have emailed you the link. We'll get a guest in here. Said he'll be here shortly. Good timing and going into the top of the 8th. It will be Braxton Bragg placing Chase Alsup. A couple more defensive changes. Steven Martinez replaces Judd Fabian, playing right field for the Baltimore Orioles. Whew. So Braxton Bragg last year, 5-6 with a 3.36 ERA in 96 in the third, 122 strikeouts and 22 walks with a 1.17 whip in single A. And the first pitch grounded in the left field for a base hit. And the Yankees have the go-ahead run on first with nobody out. It is a leadoff single. That hit there by Moylan, the replacement for TJ Rumfield. So getting the names down. MLB Network flashing back to the Rays Red Sox game the other night. First pitch is a ball to Martin. So the go-ahead run stands on first with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Cut on a miss, count 1-1. Garrett Martin getting his first at-bat. Hit .216 last year with Hudson Valley, 12 home runs, 43 RBIs, and an OPS of 748. The 1-1 pitch outside. Count 2-1. It'll be a 2-1 pitch to Garrett Martin. That is cut on a miss. Count 2-2. We're in the top of the 8th, all knotted up at 3. Yankees looking to go ahead here. They got the leading run standing on first. Trying to figure out how they can get him in the scoring position. That pitch is low and away. Count now full at 3-2. Yankees looking to stay unbeaten in the spring breakout. Won last year against the Blue Jays, looking to do the same here. That is ball 4. And just like that, we have 2 runners on with nobody out. The go-ahead run is in scoring position. And we're going to get a pinch hitter here as Jared Wegner will take over and replace Angus Urania. Oh, here's the first pitch. Cut on a miss. Count 0-1. Okay, so MLB Network, MLB.com is giving me some. It's Cole Gabrielson up at the plate. Apologies there. Had a 214 average, no home runs last year. I think my MLB game day is slightly ahead. I think we'll be seeing Wegner come up to hit next. 0-2 count on Cole Gabrielson. I've seen a lot of him in the spring with the Yankees. He swings and misses there for strike 3. So 1 out in the inning. And now we will see Jared Wegner for the New York Yankees pinch hitting for Urania. There's the first pitch. In there for a strike count, 0-1. Wegner last year hit .211, 7 home runs, 39 ribbies, and a .658 batting average with the Somerset Patriots. Here's the pitch outside, count 1-1. It'll be a 1-1. Pitch is low. Called a strike, however. Count 1-2. It's a breakout, spring breakout for everybody. You got the minor league umpires working this one too. 1-2 pitch. Outside, just outside. Count 2-2. So 2-2 count. Go ahead, run in scoring position. The pitch. Caught looking, strike 3. Looks at a pitch right there. I don't necessarily know what else he could have been looking for. I'm assuming he was expecting that to be called a ball. Nonetheless, with 2 on now, there's 2 outs. And that will bring up George Lombard Jr. First pitch in there for a strike on Lombard Jr. He's 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Did score once. Lombard Jr. still in there. Looks like they're going to let him go the distance tonight. The pitch cut on and missed. Count 0-2. Lombard Jr., as I mentioned earlier, the number 2 prospect in the Yankees organization. It'll be an 0-2 outside. Count 1-2. Lombard Jr. looking to put the Yankees in front. It'll be a 1-2 to Lombard Jr. Line drive off the pitcher's glove to the second baseman. Fires to first. Not in time. Lombard Jr. makes it on an infield single. Now the bases are loaded. Nice hustle there from George Lombard Jr. And now the go-ahead run stands 90 feet away. The line drive just over the pitcher. The second baseman could not field it cleanly. And the time it took him to get back up and make that throw gave Lombard Jr. enough time to reach first on the single. And that will bring up Jackson Castillo. Hit .268, 9 home runs, 52 ribbies, and an .812 OPS. for the Tampa Tarpons and the Hudson Valley Renegades. We know one. Ball gets away from the catcher. Here comes a runner from third. He will score. And the Yankees take a 4-3 lead. A wild pitch allows the Yankees to jump in front 4-3. Base running has definitely been the main topic of conversation tonight, primarily from the Orioles, but the Yankees finally getting a little redemption here. And just like that, the Yankees take a late lead here in the top of the eighth. It'll be a 2-1 count on Jackson Castillo. Bragg deals the 2-1. Weak grounder to second. This should end the inning, and it does. But we go to the bottom of the eighth with the Yankees taking a 4-3 lead. Due up for the Orioles will be Lorenzo. New pitcher will be Bryce Cunningham taking over for Eric Raiselman. Like I said before, base running definitely stealing the shows. I'd like to welcome a guest. Better late than never. We want to welcome my buddy Luca GP. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad I got somebody here. We're doing this solo the whole night.
I thought Vinny was going to be joining you originally.
He had to cancel last minute, but he will be on tomorrow for the squad games, which I hate to break the news to you, Luca. The Rays game is not televised, but we'll track it anyway. So, Luca, how much of this game have you seen up to this point?
Not any point because I've actually been at work, but I'm catching the last few innings. Obviously, I thought this was supposed to go only 7.
See, that's what I thought. This year, it looks like they changed it up. It's teams that are hosting double headers have only been going 7. Now, the Orioles, their other game was at Bradenton, so I think that's why this one is going 9. I wasn't sure until we got to the 8th, if you want my honest opinion. So,
gotcha.
But I'll fill you in a little bit. Base running has stolen the show.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It was a bad thing for the Yankees most of the night because the Orioles base running, the speed killed them. They gave up an inside the park home run.
Oh, wow.
In the opening inning when they were up 2-0, Bradfield Jr. reaches on a single, goes all the way to third on a failed pickoff attempt, which got in the right field, and then he scored on a wild pitch.
Yeah.
It's just, like I said, base running for the most part has stolen the show tonight. But as you saw in the top of the 8th, the Yankees made it work for them here. So 4-3, we are in the bottom of the 8th. Coming up to that now. Go ahead, Luca.
I was going to say it's kind of a big night for obviously, spring breakout game for the Yankees. Just in New York sports in general, you have St. John's playing Creighton in the Big East final, I think.
And I know the Knicks just got started or about to get started.
Knicks start against the Golden State Warriors after a Mikal Bridges buzzer-beating win, which that was a
great game.
I was up late. I was actually up late at night. It was Wednesday night, if I'm not mistaken.
I couldn't stay up for it. I had to be in at 6 a.m. to work on Thursday, but as soon as I woke up, my phone was blowing up with notifications, and I saw what happened. 1 out in the inning. Bryce Cunningham on to pitch, and that is a ground ball to second. Nice play there for out number 2. So, Luke, I got to ask, I don't know if you got to watch much of it last year. I know you said you're just popping in now. How have you liked the spring breakout so far? We've obviously seeing it now for the second year in a row. Top prospects facing each other. They get the spotlight. What has your thoughts been on this whole thing that MLB has done? Because if you ask me, I think it's one of the best things baseball has done over the last couple of years.
I mean, it's a really good. I think it's really good showcase for a lot of young players. I think that's the idea. Let me ask you this: are there any notable players that have been playing well for the Yankees in spring training that are playing in this game, or is it just like a new?
Well, obviously you got Spencer Jones and you got George Lombard Jr. But the big name I was looking forward to seeing, as that is popped out. We go to the top of the ninth. Quick 1-2-3 inning. Yankees lead 4-3. Is TJ Rumfield. Now I don't know if you got to see any of the game last night, but
He hit the game-tying home run.
yes, he did. And when it's against the hated Phillies, like I hate the Phillies,
Yes.
he became a favorite to me last night. So, he played. I believe he even, if I remember correctly, he had a hit tonight. So he's not in the game now. They took him out. Oh no, I'm sorry, 0 for 2, but he reached on a walk, and it was a RBI. It was a bases loaded walk that made it 2-1 or 2-0 Yankees in the top of the first. So
could you say
top prospects?
Gotcha. I was going to say,
but a lot of guys from one thing I noticed, not just from this game, Luca, but some of the other breakout games I watched over the last 2 days. A lot of guys from rookie ball and a lot of guys from the lower levels of the minors that were just drafted last year.
Right. I was going to say it's probably like a mixture of, people, top players who were already optioned to their minor league camps, and some of the top players, as we mentioned, TJ Rumfeld, who is still with the Yankee club. Obviously, probably not going to make the team, but still up with
But
the
I want to ask you about Rumfeld because now obviously we have Paul Goldschmidt as the short-term option at first, and we're not really sure what direction they could go in with Ben Rice. Could be a DH, could be a backup catcher. Do you think there's a future for Rumfeld in the Yankees first base spot? Because you look at his numbers in, I think it was AAA last year, hit 294. So he's a solid hitter, and he's a lefty bat, which that's always a plus at Yankee Stadium. Do you think there's a future for him?
Yeah, it's
At least in New
possible.
York.
It's possible because the Yankees, in my opinion, lack when they usually go down to their roster construction. I think they lack a balance in terms of two things when it comes to lefty righties, and also as well just power and contact guys. But Rumfeld seems to be more of that power guy. It really depends on how the Yankees attack free agency next year and how they see first base, because Murakami's a free agent, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a free agent. Those are just two of the guys I'm naming. I've been a Murakami fan since 2-3 years ago.
Yes.
And I really would like the Yankees to go after him. But at the end of the day, it obviously comes down to the wallet of Hal Steinbrenner. But is it a bad option? No, but we'll see what happens. But again, the entire goal of this run for the Yankees is to not waste the prime of Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, Giancarlo Stanton.
Yes. Well, and the one thing about this game that's been interesting is you are getting a look at what could be the future of this rivalry. Seeing both top prospects from both sides, and with the way the injury bug has killed the Yankees, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few of these guys playing for them this year. As that's a weak grounder back to the pitcher, recovers for out number one.
I was going to say about all these injuries, and I don't want to make it we're just throwing our low expectations out there. Is there a possibility that this turns into a 2013 type season? No,
I really hope not.
I wasn't there's a continuance to that 2013, but you actually have prospects to look at. You look let's say Goldschmidt gets hurt or he's not performing. You look at a Rumfeld, Vivas at third, Peraza at third, Spencer Jones possibly.
I made a proposal.
Let me ask you this real quick, because I think my screen is ahead of yours. Did you know who the first base coach is for the Yankees this game?
Is it Shelley Duncan?
Nick Swisher.
Oh, okay. they haven't really talked about that much. I got the volume so low. I don't know.
But I think overall that's just an interesting point. The Yankees also have a lot of infield prospects, not just Rumfield, but Roderick Arias, George Lamar Jr.
So I had a question for you.
Yeah.
Now, me and Vinny actually discussed this in our Yankee video, which never made it to YouTube, by the way, because as soon as we finished recording, the Garrett Cole news broke, so we never posted it for obvious reasons. I had made a proposal in that video. Obviously, we were in need of pitching. We were also in need of a left fielder if Dominguez doesn't pan out, or if you want to move Dominguez to DH.
Absolutely.
How would you feel, as that's strike 3-2 away in the top of the ninth, about a possible trade for, now, I'll give you some names. Okay, yeah, you're way ahead of me. They just showed Nick Swisher. How would you feel about a trade for Dylan Cease and Fernando Tatis Jr.? Now, I know it's not going to happen.
Right, of course.
But would you do this trade if it meant you had to give up somebody like, say, Oswald Peraza Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones, one of those two, and then
Right.
somebody else in there. I would do the trade because
No, I
Tatis
would
wants
too.
to be a Yankee. Cease would be a nice addition to the pitching staff. What do you think?
I would too. It just to me, Sean, it would kind of be hypocritical because the Yankees last year rejected a trade that would have sent Spencer Jones to the Orioles for no, I'm sorry, not the Orioles. The Orioles eventually grabbed this guy,
Mm-hmm.
Brewers and Corbin Burns. The Yankees could have traded
Yeah.
Spencer Jones for Corbin Burns. They didn't do that.
Well,
So
so what about Dominguez here? Because I know they want to keep Dominguez, but he's had his struggles defensively. Offensively, he's looked solid. I don't know if you got to see earlier today's game against the Rays, but would you do it?
I listen. It's not. I would do it without
Mm-hmm.
question. You have to maximize this window as much as possible. Yeah, I haven't won the World Series yet.
Well, if you think about it, when Cole comes back, Judge is going to be 35. I don't know if you
Yeah,
know that.
that's what I'm talking about. Maximizing the window.
Yeah.
You have to put all your chips in front of the table. And the problem is the Yankees they're very half measure-ish, if you know what I'm
Yes.
saying. Like they take half measures. Oh, we'll get this guy, but we will only go so far into the budget.
Yeah,
Oh,
they won't.
we'll
Either
trade
that or they prospect hug. That's been their
exactly.
biggest
That's what I was about to say.
weakness.
They'll trade for a certain guy, but like, okay, no, but for this guy, we won't trade as much or that in the third. But
So
they always try to go half measured instead of going all in.
Quick update: 1-2-3 inning. Yankees take the lead into the bottom of the ninth down in Sarasota. But I agree.
Big East update. The St. John's Red Storm is up 78-65 over the Creighton Blue Jays.
Nice.
I wonder how much tickets were for that game. I was considering going to Thursday's
Yeah,
game.
I heard the Garden was not being cheap about it. I know that from what I hear.
The tickets for Thursday's game, I don't remember who St. John's was facing. It wasn't DePaul because they faced DePaul like a couple of years ago and I went. But tickets were like low as $70.
Yeah, but now that St. John's is like back, I know it's going to be a higher demand to go.
Absolutely.
Now, I did get to see. I know you were probably working. I did get to see some of the first game today between the Yankees and the Rays, the big league game.
Yeah.
They had a 7-4 lead in the ninth, and you would have thought Cardiac Clay was still pitching. Blew that, and that's what ended up being a tie as Command was kid kept giving up hits. That's all he just kept giving up hits.
It was like the Yankees were up 7-4, they extended their lead 7-4. Then I just saw them just completely collapse.
It was a back and forth game. It was when I got home, it was 4-4. Then we went up 6-4, then 7-4, then so it was one of those type of games. So let's see if they can get some redemption tomorrow.
Absolutely. In the split squad. Again, I hate that the second game's not being broadcast, even if I was home.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's kind of what I was looking forward to with tomorrow's stream, but we still got the home game, which we'll see Clark Schmidt pitch, but it is supposed to rain.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see.
I don't know if it's me. I don't think it's that common for rain delays to happen in the spring.
No, but the whole East Coast is getting hit with thunderstorms tomorrow. Like we are too here in PA, and I'm pretty sure you guys might be as well. As coming out to pitch again is Bryce Cunningham. I don't like that there's a number 35 going for the save here. That is bothering the living hell out of me.
Just gives the wrong vibes.
By the way, this kid DJ Layton played in high school baseball last year.
Ah, that's interesting. He must have been coming from like a really good state, a really good top.
Charlotte. It looked like it said Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's probably why.
Yeah. Well, they also got such an advantage down south with high school baseball. They don't have to worry about snowstorms at the start of seasons like you and I did. Or in my case, COVID. But that's a single up the middle. Orioles got the tying run on first. So for the Yankees, it's simple here because there's 98% chance that these teams will not play extra innings.
Yeah.
If they give up the lead, they're either going to leave with a tie or a loss. Obviously, hope that it does not come to that, but they've already choked once today. Let's not do that again. So, one on, nobody out. Cunningham looking for a double play here. I'm noticing one thing too, Luca. I don't know if you picked up on it. A lot of the prospects have quickly grown beards.
Yep.
Not that that's important, but
No, I
it's
know.
just something I picked up on. With Martinez coming up to hit. He hit 278 in rookie ball last year. Number 13 overall prospect. And that is a high fly ball in the shallow right. Coming over to make the catch is Vargas. Fires to second as the runner tries to advance. No, he does not.
I was gonna say I'm like a whole at bat ahead of you. I haven't really been spoiling because I don't want to, but
No,
it was a
you're
very
good.
nice basket catch.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta remember, I'm watching on, well, actually, I'm watching on MLB.TV. I'm not even using, Fubo don't get MLB Network, but MLB.TV is where I am watching, and yeah, it's typically usually quite a bit behind.
Yeah.
So 1 on, 1 out. Double play would win it for the Yankees, looking to stay undefeated in the spring breakout, winning last year against the Blue Jays in blowout fashion. It'll be a 1-0 to, and that pitch way inside. So one thing that's driving me nuts is MLB Game Day is not giving me full names, and it's driving me up a wall.
They're not giving you names. Full
Austin
names.
Overn. No, it literally says at the bottom of the strike box, coverage is limited for this. Why?
I can't. I'll be honest. I can't say I'm too surprised.
No, I'm not either, because again, these games technically don't count towards the spring record.
No.
So it's more of just a
But you know what? It's
exhibition.
yeah, of course, it's obviously for the scouts and stuff. But like, don't young fans kind of want to know about these guys? Like,
Yes.
especially the
Well, the
future.
diehard fans do.
Yeah, diehard fans.
I had to explain. I know all these baseball fans at my job, like regular customers. I had to explain what the spring breakout was to like 4 of them.
Yeah, not many people know. That's the issue.
No, but you and I, we like to follow the minor leagues, and that's why I made this a priority stream. Is that's going to be a base hit all the way down the right field line. This will tie the game. It is a blown save, going for. Okay, no, the runner held at third. We almost had our second inside the park home run of the night. As you see, Luca, the speed from the base running from these kids has been unbelievable for the Orioles, and once again, they show it off. Bryce Cunningham with the blown save. We're all knotted up at 4 with the winning run standing 90 feet away.
Now, where is this being played, may I ask?
Sarasota, where the
That's what I thought.
Orioles facility.
All right. So, also update again with St. John's. They have just beaten Creighton 82-66. I got to see where they go next in the bracket.
Nice. So Overn stands on third. The pitching coach comes out to meet with Cunningham. You could see a bit of a devastated look there. It would be too. I mean, for a lot of these guys, this is the biggest game they've ever played. Well, and the one thing, Luca, you cannot blame Boone. I do not think he is the one managing this game. So we can't pin this one on Boone. So we need to find someone else to blame. Is there somebody warming up in the pen?
Let me see something. I just want to make sure I'm right on this.
I'm curious to see what the exit velo was on that, because that was a hard hit baseball.
Yeah, Sean, I think St. John's are Big East champions.
That was the championship game?
Yes.
If you could tell, we are such diehard college basketball fans. We knew so much about this.
Let me see the last.
Now, I will say, Luca, one of the other big factors in tonight's game, what actually led to the inside the park home run, is the wind has been a major factor tonight, blowing in all different directions. And what happened with the inside the park home run was it was a routine fly to center that the wind took all the way to left center. No one could get to it, and that's what led to the inside the park home run. Is count now 1-2.
Again, As much as I don't even watch college basketball, I think like in a few days or this weekend, they eventually choose who goes into like what
Yeah, I
bracket.
think tomorrow, I think, is selection day. Or one of these days is. Foul ball count remains 1 and 2. The outfielders playing in case of a possible sac fly situation. Best the Yankees can hope for is a tie tonight. Would be the second of the day. 2 ties one day. That'd be a little disappointing.
Unless they hope the Orioles score negative runs, if that was ever a thing.
No, I think what they would have to hope for is both managers agreeing to playing extras, which, like I said, there's a 99.9% chance that is not happening.
It never
And that
happens.
is a high fly ball, but this one stays in the infield. Lombard makes the catch, and there is 2 away. Everybody stays put. So now the Orioles will need to win it on a base hit. By the way, Luca, how funny was it the way the Phillies lost last night? The same thing we did, not covering first. I had some fun with Philly fans on that today.
Just an absolute choke job.
Yeah, but it doesn't count yet. As found off count 0-2. Can't believe we're 12 days away from
it
opening
goes
day.
by quick.
Yes, it does. Leandro Arias up to bat. He's already 1 for 1 with a single. The 0-2 pitch. Lined up the middle. Past Lombard. That will end it. The Baltimore Orioles win it on a walk-off. 2 chokes one day. The Baltimore Orioles win this one by a score of 5-4. And they celebrate like it's a regular season win as the Orioles defeat the rival New York Yankees in the second edition of the spring breakout. Definitely not the way wanted this one to end, especially considering the Yankees had the lead twice. But I'd really say, Luca, that this really was a pitcher's duel. I mean, my player of the game has to be Carlos LaGrange. If I had, again, I apologize to anybody. I probably butchered half the names today. But Carlos LaGrange, he only gave up 2 hits. Unfortunately, both of them led to runs, but overall 4 innings, couple strikeouts. I mean, that's really, he was the player of the game. I would have liked to see more from Lombard and Spencer Jones, but Luca, in case you didn't know, Spencer Jones only got 2 official at bats because he got hit the first 2 times.
Oh wow!
So he did not get really a true shot tonight to carry over his performance from last year's spring breakout. So, with that being said, gonna wrap it up here. The Orioles defeat the Yankees by a score of 5-4. Want to remind you guys, tomorrow we will be on for the split squad starting at 1 o'clock. Home against the Pirates, away against the Rays. Luca, I know you got to join late, but I'll give you a little bit of a spotlight. Any final thoughts from this one?
I honestly wish that in future years this game is a little more magnified. I'm happy for the Orioles. Well, I'm happy for the Orioles for the sake of the kids getting to show out. Obviously, you mentioned they had a lot of speed and that was on display. Yankees, trying to put up a fight, but they didn't close. They didn't shut the door. So, again, it's a spotlight for the young guys, and these guys are playing hard. Again, it's like the biggest game of spring training for them.
To me, it's the biggest game of spring training overall. I would say it's the most meaningful game of the spring.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I know we like to watch our big stars like Aaron Judge and Garrett Cole and whoever else, but this is what spring training to me is all about. It's about the young guys. And this is why, Luca, if you remember, for years, people used to say we were crazy because we always loved spring training. We always loved preseason. Well, this is why. This is why. And we got to see it on full display tonight. So with that being said, again, we'll be on tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Thank you all for tuning in. Luca, thank you for the late join in. I do appreciate you. You gave my voice a little bit of a rest tonight.
Of course.
Have a great night, everybody.
Peace.